Okay, so hi everyone, welcome to the November 17th weekly wins. So, yeah, we all know that the past week has been the most hectic for A2SV, especially like having to deal with the grand finale. Even though it was successful, it was a bit stressful for the organizers. Uh, Also, we were able to receive all the hackathon participants from all across Africa, and it was a success. So, uh, yeah, let's go over today's agenda. So we will be receiving some personal wins today, like always, and then we have some organizational updates and some heavy announcements that. Okay. Bamnet, do we have everyone? Okay. Bamnet, please come here. No? No, not to share. I just want you to sit around here somewhere. Yeah, okay. Yes. Okay, so I think we have mostly everyone now. Sorry for the delay, everyone. So, yes, we will be going over some organizational updates, and then our founder and CEO, Emre Baro, will be giving us some very big, juicy ass announcement. Juicy announcement. Bleep. So, yeah, we will be receiving that announcement. Hopefully, we'll all take it well, and then we'll be receiving educational updates, communication, business intelligence, or should I say product, and finally some conclusive remarks. So today we will not be having any demos from the core dev team, as they have all been sent home. So this week we will not be receiving any demos or presentations from the core dev team. So yes, the personal wins. So let's have a few people out here to share some personal wins. Who'd like to volunteer, Mujamaya? Any volunteers to share, say a few things about how they passed, stuff like that? Okay, so can you call him? Who is that guy? Hi, how are you doing? I'm talking to you. Yes, how are you doing? I mean, I haven't seen you much often in this office, so I would like to call you out here. And yeah, you can start by introducing your name, what you are doing sitting on that table, where you belong in A2SV, share a few words about your personal wins, and finally, you'll have to nominate one more person. And you're going to have to be as loud as I am right now, so there needs to be a fluid conversation. Okay.
Hi everyone. I'm Idris. I'm a education intern at here.
What did he say? You made it on. That's because I told. Okay. Try to be. Let's speak up on mine.
Okay. So I'm head of education intern at EDSP, and I don't have any personalities.
What happened throughout the week? Where were you when the hackathon final grand finale was unfolding?
I was doing a project that I had to submit on Monday.
A project?
Yes.
I mean, personal project?
No, school project.
School project. So did you manage to submit?
It got postponed.
Got postponed.
Yes.
Okay. Would you say you guys made a very good progress when it comes to the completion of the project?
Yes, absolutely.
Right. What's the project about? Say a few things about the project. Yes.
It's a mobile app. We are taking further development semester, and we have started the project. And it's about to complete.
Very nice, Amani. Okay, let's have you nominate one person, then you can take your seat.
Gareth.
Who? What's his name?
Gareth.
Gareth? Gareth. Come out here, Gareth. Introduce yourself and say a few words about your person. Yes.
Okay, my name is Geleta. I'm currently a Group 5 remote head of education. So that's my role in A2SV. My week has been hectic, to be honest, because I've been trying to come here and trying to manage class and everything. And I'm still currently working on a project that I have to submit today, not a project, an assignment. And also conducting the interviews. It feels weird, to be honest, because like when you want to reject someone, it feels like you're denying them an opportunity that you had. But yeah, that's how it's going. I guess it's good.
Like one thing about this is like so last year when the G4 members were getting onboarded, I was assigned to be one of the interviewers for G4 members, and so the guy did not work. Like did not solve the question at all. It was not even close to the coming to solve it. But regardless, I and now he has still been around, and he's one of the top performers in us too. He's one of the last two members. So I mean, I just wanted to highlight it since it's been over a year. I don't think anyone is going to hold me accountable for that announcement. Yes. Okay, good.
What's
Yes, yeah. Oh, question?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Because it was my cousin. That's good. Yes, he gave me 200. Okay, good. Nominate him.
Okay, should I nominate someone new, like from the
Anyone who is comfortable while sitting. Too comfortable, perhaps.
I'm nominating him. Yeah.
You've been nominated for personal use. Hi, Brooke. How are you? Introduce gentlemen.
Hi team, how are you? My name is Brooke Maponu, since there are a lot of Brooks now. I'm deputy head of academy for AIT, I guess.
He guesses. He doesn't even.
So for personal wins, I'm not sure if this is personal, but this week, the hackathon was feeling like a bit personal. So like having the hackathon and getting a good feedback and outcome, saying things went well, that was a great thing. It was a bit tiresome, of course, but after all, I think it was a success. So I'll take that as my personal win for this week. Thank you.
Nomination.
Who should we? Maybe not Tadef.
انت طالع cannot check. Hi. What is your full name?
All right, my name is Nathaniel Kadela, and I'm head of education for our remote groups, specifically for G47. And personal week-wise, there is nothing that came up to my mind, but I think there is one thing happened last week, I guess, which is I've been promoted to be lead of head of education, but I was not here, so I think yeah, that might be the one.
Today can also be considered as a personal win, right? So we had our project to present defense today.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a yeah, because of processes.
Okay, let's nominate someone else.
Maybe Radit.
Ready? Come out here. Full name. What part of A2SV you belong to? What you are doing sitting on that table?
On the table.
On the chair.
Okay, my name is Radit. My name is Radit Fair.
Stay calm here.
My name is Radit Fair. I'm head of community education intern. So my personal name, yeah, we had, I think today we had a proposal debate and it went well.
That first team.
Okay, so that's the thing.
Okay, thank you, Ravi. All right, I think that should be it. We have 10 minutes for personal wins. Let's move next to some organizational updates, which is going to be presented to us by Emre. So, Emre, there is something, one of the bullet points have been bolded. I don't know why.
All right, let's see what do we have this week. All right, Vince. So, team, as you all know, the weekend, it was a weekend that we have been waiting for a long time, right? We have made a lot of preparations. Indeed, we have put more effort than we initially anticipated, I would say. What do you think, Feyruz? When we first organized the internal hackathon and think about the continent-wide version, how much of a difference were you expecting? Right. But guys, as a very young organization, which never organized something continent-wide before, which never organized something in the project development area, we have organized the largest hackathon. It's not a hackathon, the largest project competition, multi-stage project competition. And eventually, all these great people benefited from the experience. Some projects initiated conversations with the investors. I have been informed that in total we have 4 projects that are approached by investors, guys. So all these great things wouldn't have been possible without some key organizers. So I would like to invite some people to the stage. Of course, starting from our head organizer, Feyruz. And one of our invisible heroes, head of finance Ethiopia, Dave. Who wasn't there since the beginning, but who joined in the middle and definitely made an instant impact. Nati Bekele. So with all the marketing efforts, sometimes with the captions, sometimes with the posts, sometimes organizing the rest of the team. Vanessa. And again, in the social media team, Vanessa is not the only person, right? Kevin. I think we are done with the social media team. Or somebody who is always on the stage. Dagim. And team. So this is just the tip of the iceberg. Is there anybody who is like, hey, Emre, I didn't contribute to hackathon in any ways? Can we see the hands, please? Who didn't contribute? Pretty much everybody contributed in this organization, guys. And I believe we are in a very unique position to organize something like this at this scale with this quality. Like I am telling you guys, if Google wanted to organize it like this, they couldn't push us as much as we do. They don't understand African culture. When Google decided to do it on Discord, they wouldn't fall on Telegram, WhatsApp. They wouldn't find mentors that are going to support their teams almost every day. They wouldn't find dedicated advisors, industry experts, and deal with all the complexity of running these things in a continent like Africa. So, let alone our partner companies, other players in the industry, I don't think they could have done it this beautiful ways. So, this is a well-deserved credit for all of us. And this also ties us to the third point. We are going to see a special surprise, right? Yes, so the projectors. What's that? Okay, let's open the projectors. Yes, so what else has happened this week, guys? I had a great meeting with the Turkish ambassador. He couldn't make it to our final event because during the day he attended another event where he had to stay in the sun for 3 hours. He was like, Emre, I was dying. Like, I couldn't come. I'm really sorry. I wanted to. So we had the meeting on Wednesday. Nati Bekele was there. He also did great Turkish practice. But how did the meeting go?
A lot of Turkish. Most of like 70% of database.
Yes. Means yes in Turkish. Yes, so like they are very happy with our efforts here. They want to see like what kind of collaborations we can do in the future. So we didn't have any actions taken after, but this was the groundwork. Now they understood us. We see what kind of impact they are trying to do. So hopefully this is going to open the doors for further collaborations in the future. This includes our relationships with top academic and industrial organizations in Turkey. So this will come back to us as more opportunities as well. We will get to the special surprise. Let's look at next week plans. So on Monday night, I'm going to fly out. Tuesday morning, I am going to land to Turkey. And I'm going to meet our seniors. And on Wednesday morning, less than 24 hours, I'm going to fly to United States. So why am I going to United States? Because Giving Tuesday is coming, guys. In United States, majority of donations are made in November and December because the financial fiscal year ends by the end of it. So the organizations, as well as individuals, they understand, they know more about their extra budget in the last months of the year. Because people do donations with their extra money, right? Or do you donate with your original money, Natalie? Yes. So there is a concept of Giving Tuesday. Maybe some of you guys heard through American TV shows and stuff, Thanksgiving. The concept of Thanksgiving, where the families gather, they eat turkey. So the Tuesday that follows the Thanksgiving, which is not the next Tuesday, but the next Tuesday. Okay. That is the biggest donation day in the United States. So we have in-person education, we have remote education, we have projects. Now on top of that, the cherry on the cake, we have the hackathon. So we have a full package and a great story to tell. Hopefully, with our US team, we are going to prepare some marketing materials, and we want to be strong in Giving Tuesday. That's why I will have very little time in Turkey and go to United States. So that roughly speaking, we are going to have about 6 days before we meet Giving Tuesday. So what else is coming next week, guys? Our organizational hierarchy is going to be effective. So we are going to enforce one-on-ones and responsibilities of the leads. So the leads are going to be responsible for their peers, guys. If some of the people in your team are not coming to the office regularly, this is going to be the lead's issue. If, let's say, some of the individuals are not performing as much as they should, this is going to be the lead's issue. And for strong tracking, we will utilize our check-in, check-out system. There will be some updates on our Slack bot as well. We will make it easier to use, capture more insights for the leaders, emerging leaders of our organization. So be prepared to have regular one-on-ones. Everybody in the organization is going to be in one-on-ones, guys. So those are the plans for the next week. And let's come to the special surprise. So, any guesses? What is this about?
Did we get any goodies?
No. I mean, they are produced, guys. They are in Turkey. Like now that we get recognition in the eyes of the government after the hackathon finals, I believe in the next month or so, we will finish our remote branch opening, which is important. Why? Because it will open the doors of delivering materials through cargo. Now we are having trouble with the customs when something comes here. That's why every time I come, my luggage are full of A2SV t-shirts or hoodies. So this is going to change because it doesn't scale anymore, guys. Or I have to travel a lot more. There are some special people doing that. Like every other day they go to Turkey, Dubai, come back with stuff. If I'm not going to do that, we should definitely find the cargo solution, and it's coming. So we get the recognition on the government eyes, right? Maybe it's a coincidence, I don't know, or maybe our noise is heard. So Tim, this is just confirmed this morning. I have received the email around 10 a.m. I still didn't reply. But first, obviously, we had to celebrate it with the team. So if you remember, we were saying this, right? It'll take time, but we will get there, guys. Now, what does that mean? This means we have a runway until next October. Okay, so this is not the case that, hey, we are done forever. That's why we make no changes in our fundraising plans. Me, Brian, Spencer, Ezgi, Andy, we will put our efforts to bring as much funds as possible till the end of the year. So this is just the beginning, guys. But it is really good to know that we are safe not just until May, but until October. So there will be some implications too, guys. When we were doing our financial plans, we were doing it as Google money comes, Google money doesn't. And of course, since we didn't know about these slips, all the plans were made based on Google money doesn't. At the same time, we were hoping to get $2 million, guys, because that's the remaining budget from our original deal. So $1 million, it means we are not going to completely go with if the funding comes numbers, but there will be hopefully some adjustments to the compensations as well. And this will be a validation of how we are going to proceed in the future, guys. At A2SV, it's not like we have $1 billion, but we give little money to our employees in the international standards. In the local standards, guys, talk to whomever you want. But what I heard even during in our interviews, the top payers are the banks, and they pay 20 to 25,000 per to their employees, to their new grad software engineers. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the insight I received last month about the local industry. And keep in mind, we keep your brain cycles in this continent, guys. When you flip a burger in the United States, you make $3,000 per month. So when you are working for developed world, when you give your brain cycles for developed world problems, you can make more money. I am not saying anybody, hey, if you do freelancing, you cannot make as much as you do at A2SV. But I am saying that think twice. When you do freelancing, your brain cycles are going to develop world problems. That's number one. Number two, you will become an individual contributor. There are not so many companies that are scaling remote teams into this world, guys. So you will stay as an individual contributor. The money is good in the early years of your career, but you will get old. So what happened to me when I was getting old, guys? I started thinking for higher level things. When I took my first job at Palantir, I didn't even know what the company was doing, guys. It is the toughest company to enter in Silicon Valley. They had the reputation at that time. They asked hard interview questions. And I really liked one guy. He liked me, like he wanted to work with me. He paid a lot of attention. Even before the founder meeting, he came to me. He had conversations with me. Those were the reasons why I chose Palantir. So as we get older, our awareness level increases for all of us. That's why it's not about money. But even for the money, we will get more, we will pay more, we will grow all together. Don't forget this. People who can delay the gratification are always more successful than the other guys. So they made experiments, marshmallow experiments. Did you guys ever hear? So they put 4 or 5-year-old kids in a room, and there is one marshmallow. It's like a chocolate. It's not chocolate, but sweet, let's say. Kids love it, right? And they say, hey, if you don't eat it for 5 minutes, we will give you one more. And what happens in reality? Some kids eat it, but they don't wait 5 minutes. They are not patient enough. Some kids wait and get the second marshmallow. So up to this point, it's natural, right? So what is remarkable is they look at these people after many years. How did they perform in their career? How are they doing financially? And what they have observed, there is a strong correlation between being highly successful and being able to wait 5 minutes for the second marshmallow. That's why I highly recommend all of us delayed gratification, guys. In some senses, we are all making some sacrifices. At the same time, we are making a huge impact, guys. There are so many organizations which are spending a lot more money than we have, but they don't make even 1% of our team. And just play this a little forward. So we have seen the first 4 years of A2SV, right? Frankly speaking, I didn't notice on November 15, which was the anniversary of A2SV, which we didn't celebrate. But now A2SV is 4-year-old, guys. We have reached to the point where I don't know the names of the students, but I also don't know the faces of the students. You know, at least with group 3, I had familiarity with all the faces. By generation 4, I don't even have familiarity with all the faces, and I believe this is the case for everybody. Right? Do you know all the faces not yet in just right? So imagine, like we say, we are not a family anymore. We are a tribe, because there is no such family that you don't know people's faces, right? But in a tribe, it is possible. And now we have some international members as well with the help of Hackathon. So see what we have achieved so far, guys, and see what we can achieve in the next 4 years. Like we say that digital transformation is going to take place in stages. Stage 1, build talent. Now we have processes that is successfully building talent in conditions, circumstances, places. Right? We have the fruits out of it. That's why we know that this is good. So second stage is going to be getting the success with the projects, guys. If our mission is digital transformation of Africa, we need to change people's lives with technology. And we will do this together, guys. And believe me, up to this point, I have shared what I have with everybody in this team. And I will continue doing that, guys. We will win a lot. We will win a lot more than we think now. We imagine now, and we are going to share it together. Trust me, see the vision of A2SV, bring your best. Because with all our contributions, we are going to see more zeros here. Maybe it's not going to be Google funding. Maybe it's going to be investment for the projects. Maybe it's revenue that our projects are going to do. Because don't forget, some of our projects are going to have global impact. They are not just going to be even limited to our continent. So we already built the engine of growth for talent. We are setting the foundation for building the engine of growth for digital technologies. And all together, we will transform this continent for better. Thank you very much, team. It's my pleasure to be in the same ship with you guys in this amazing journey.
Hey, I don't even know what to say. Okay, well, this is good news. Emre managed to summarize almost everything up, so whatever I say will not make any sense. So, congratulations for everyone. Congratulations for A2SV. And yes, I would like to move forward with our event for today. Okay, so now we'll be receiving some educational updates, which will not be interesting at all, now that we have heard some very, very interesting news. Brooke, the crowd is going to take you in a very, very harsh ice, but thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Brooke. Let's start following up that update, but we have some, as you can see on the screen. There are a bit much because now we have G5 and G4. Maybe moving forward, we can separate the two. That's why they look cluttered. The first one is to continue G5 students recruitment. So as you guys know, we're conducting the interviews for G5 students. I think the first round was conducted in the morning and another one is scheduled to follow up after this weekly wins at 5. We've been adding new internship and new grad opportunities to our interview-ready candidates. This has been it was being followed up by our application squad. Another one is a weekly session for new interview ready candidates. This one, I am not entirely sure if it's executed on, but it was planned to. Enoch, is it executed? For the interview ready candidates, are we having the sessions? We are, okay, awesome. Another one is second year of A2SV pre-processing strides. We are planning on starting the second year or the semester of development by next week on Wednesday. So we've been making some strides, pre-processing strides in regards to that update. Another one is our G5 heads. They are making their education planning. So we have differentiated them to different squads, as you can see at the last update. The squads have been formed, like lecture squad, contest squad, and they are assigning dates to specific lectures, planning the phases, basically the onboarding, the education, the camp, and what topics to cover in those phases. So the education planning is ongoing. Another one is A2 strides. There shouldn't be a tick. So we planned on having a sync with the president of A2 Adama Science and Technology University on Wednesday, but the president is out of town and his return date is unknown. So we're following up with our contact, Mabazion, and when he comes back, we're going to have the sync then. Another one, exciting one is G4 Education Squad Day Out. So yesterday for our old G4 Education Squad, we had a day out program. So G5, we had it, if you remember, after the onboarding ended last time. But for G4 heads, it's been 6 months since it happened. And yesterday we had another event. We went go-karting and paintball. It was fun. Another one is the return of one-ones. So as Emre was mentioning earlier, we are going to enforce the A2SV organization hierarchy, and everyone's going to get one-ones, including students and heads. And we are dividing the students among the heads now, and next week, more efforts are going to be put into this update. Another one is G5 Jira board setup. So me and Reddit from Cooperative, we're setting up the Jira board for G5 heads, so that we can track tasks. Yes, and we've assigned lead for G5, like current lead is Brooke Makun, and for G4, Brooke Tarla is overseeing the efforts. For our next week plans, we're going to have the kickoff for the second year for all G4 students. We're going to continue having G5 students recruitment interviews. We're gonna keep on the kickoff for G5 education and their onboarding. We're gonna be starting to use Jira for task tracking. So this is how we're going to collect points, and by the end of the month, we're gonna have different insights, as in like employee of the month or head of the month. But basically, we will see the contributions of our team members. Now, as we grow and have a lot of members in our team, it's very urgent and important that we track tasks. And another one is we're going to set up the progress sheets for G5. This seems easy, but it's very troublesome if it's not done correctly. And we've learned this from the last cohort, and we're going to do the necessary setup from the get-go before we start the education. And we're going to, in ties with that, we're going to have the communication medium setup, like Slack and Telegram groups for the students. And last one is lecture preparations and rehearsals. Strides will continue. So overall, these are our wins and plans for Ethiopia in-person education for G4 and G5, AST and AIT. Do you guys have any questions?
Are the interviews for G5 education in Manila?
No, they are ongoing. We had one round in the morning, another will continue after the weekly wins, and on Saturday and on Monday, we're going to have other interviews.
Yeah, we're getting good results.
Results are just coming in, so we are not reviewing them. But Ferus can give us an insight if there is anything new. But to my knowledge, we're going to review the process after Monday, once the interviews have concluded. All right.
No questions. Thank you.
In that case, thank you.
Yeah, now let's receive some Ghana education updates from Fisum, who's joining us remotely. Fisum, do we have you?
Yes, Raghu. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Congrats for everyone for the surprise we got. Okay. So for Ghana education updates, this week we had HEAP lecture, and we had a lot of time to practice on HEAP, and we'll be having introduction to graph lecture today. And we've had the mentorship program kickoff, and our mentors have been having meetings with their mentees after that. And also for next week, we plan on having DFS lecture and practice on DFS for the whole week. That's the plan. That's it, Taki.
Okay, Fisay, that was a very brief and concise update for the past week and the plans. Do we have any questions for our Ghana education team? Yeah. Personal wins were supposed to be shared earlier. Fisay, what's been happening in Ghana? I mean, you've been very quiet. Someone is asking how you are.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Ghana is a very beautiful country. It's a little bit hot though. So other than that, yeah, the ocean is beautiful for people who haven't seen it. And what else? That's it, I guess.
Is it a beach?
Yeah, the beach. I think it's called Labada Beach.
I see. So yeah, when the word beach is raised, I guess there isn't only the water to be enjoying. So is there something else, like maybe the sand or the view?
Just the view. The view.
Okay, thank you so much, Fisay. If we don't have any questions for the Ghana education, we can move next to receiving some education updates from remote education and community, which will be given to us by Feroz and Yared. So Yared, take the stage, please.
Thank you, Draghi. Hi, guys. My name is Yared, and I'll be giving you the remote education updates. So for the wins we've had this week, first thing this week was the final week for our remote camp. That means we're concluding our second camp. And this week we've been having more mock interviews and contests. We weren't focused on having practice sessions. As we want our students to be ready for interviews, we were focusing on having mock interviews. And we are going to have our camp closing ceremony tomorrow on Saturday. And today we're going to have our final contest for the camp. Another win that we've had is we've continued G5 remote student recruitment. We've opened our interest for remote education on November 9. And until now, we have around 1,000 applicants, most of them from Ethiopia. And for the next week, we're planning on reaching out to top African university students so that we can get more top talent from different countries of Africa. Another win that we've had is we've been conducting internal interviews for our remote education students, which is going to continue in the coming weeks as well. When we go to the plans, I've already mentioned that we're going to be reaching out to top African universities. Other than that, we'll be filtering out the applicants that we already have. As I mentioned, we have around 1,000 applicants now. So we're going to be sending them an application form and then filtering out those applicants based on their CV and essays they're going to write. And also, we're going to start pre-processing for the second year of education because, as I've mentioned, we're concluding our camp this week. That means the first year of education for remote is going to end. So we're going to start second year of education. And for that, we're going to start our pre-processing next week. And also, we're going to have a trip as a final thing from the first year of education. Thank you all. Do you have any questions for remote education? Yes, Murat. The trip is most probably it's going to be next week Sunday. Yes.
So when you say reach out to top African university students, so we have like a large crowd. Is there a way that you would like to maybe require assistance?
Yeah, so we have planned that earlier, just before this weekly win session. We had a meeting and we decided that we're going to do the reach outs within the remote education squad. So no assistance from the rest of you, but if we do need, then we're going to reach out. Assistance.
If you went to the stage, if you require assistance from any team.
Gotcha.
So basically, can we say that it would be great if all the A2SVs share the news with their non-Ethiopian friends? Because now we have recent applications from Ethiopia.
Yeah.
And we want more applications from outside of Ethiopia, guys. If you have some communities within your network, if you have some individuals within your network who are Africans, but who are not in Ethiopia, who are not from Ethiopia, like we want to increase diversity.
Yes.
So we agree to share our posts. Do we have the posts on LinkedIn? Yes.
Yeah, the interest form, it's been already shared on different social media platforms, and we're going to prepare a new message on Monday. So maybe we'll share it on the Slack and Telegram groups for everyone to see. And if you have friends or community of African students, it would be very appreciable if you guys could share it.
So keep an eye on the general channel.
Yes.
And on Monday, there will be a post that we should share with our members.
Anything else, guys?
So I have a question, like now that remote education is also leveling things up on the integration and like shall we consider having more in-person plus remote education contests where squads compete with each other?
For
like you can also bring the in-person perspective. Maybe let's start with your
having a contest that's going to be involving both remote and in-person education?
Yes, correct.
Is it for the G5 or?
Oh. A2SV Champions is the first and so far the only venue that we brought together people, right? Like, shall we do this more often? Like, we may do this regularly, I don't know, maybe once a month or so. Like, now that they are at the same level, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I think it would make sense. It will create a kind of a competitive environment for the contest. Right. Thank you, guys. Oops.
Hey everyone. So wins for community is we have finalized the grand finale of the biggest hackathon. That was our biggest win. The second one is we have started interview for G5 in-person education. As I'm pretty sure most of you have interviews waiting for you in a couple of minutes. And yeah, we have done our first interviews this morning. It will be finalized by Monday. Monday is more of the rescheduled days. And by Tuesday, we'll be able to have the full picture on our interview end and our in-person education. And the other one is we continue in community education. So we're still supporting our community education through out-of sessions and interview preps. Some of the plans for next week is we're going to work on remote education promotions. We are also going to be contributing to the diversity of remote education. The other one is the other plan is finalizing in-person education recruitment. So by next week, we will be able to know who are going to be our next G5 students. And last but not least, we're going to finalize post-hackathon tasks, post-hackathon preparations and retrospectives and everything in the community end. That would be the wins and plans. Do you guys have any questions? The stage is yours.
Thank you, Felix. I guess now let's receive some communications updates from Vanessa. We have a lot to say today, I guess.
Lunch. Okay. Good afternoon, teams. I'm Vanessa from the communications teams. So, post the last Friday weekly meeting, our wins goes like this. We successfully delivered materials for the hackathon, t-shirts, roll-ups, keychains, like almost everything. And we think a lot of people like them, if not everyone. but we're always here in case you have some suggestions for some improvements for future events as well. We also worked on the awards designs and delivery, which include the placards, the money checks, all of it. It came out beautiful, and these are things I'm excited about. And even if there are more ideas in future, we would also like to try them out so that we make A2SV unique. Also, we did the filming internally, externally. We're working with some people from I think a freelancer, and then Apricot, and then also our social media team as well. So right now we are also collecting some of the videos, photography. We did some interviews as well. So be prepared for some of this footage and also some videos and content to keep the momentum for the hackathon. And then also social media activity, we did not stop. We were posting during the hackathon. We've also been posting now, post the hackathon, some results as well. And as I said, making a lot of videos and also some graphics as well on that note. And then also, we've also prepared a post-event content plan so that we can become more orderly in terms of our posts and everything. So we all have this in place. It's just lacking execution, not lacking, but we're in the process of executing them, videos and content being reviewed as they come. And then onto our plans for next week. So next week, in fact, starting from tomorrow or after this call, we're also preparing the certificates for the quarter finalists and the semi-finalists as well. And then also execution of our social media content plan. And then also sending letters to high-profile participants. So the much effort we gave in terms of asking them to grace us with their presence for the event, we also want to send out these and also see if there are some action items to follow and conversations to continue with the embassies, the ministries, the investors, and some of the local companies as well. And then also resume the LinkedIn investor reach out. So because of the hackathon, we had moved this to more of asking them to join for remote investors panel. So now we're going to also resume in terms of our reach out to the investors. And then also, I think that was supposed to say LinkedIn newsletter. So we also had to host the newsletter because of the pressure of the hackathon, where we interviewed a female software engineer at A2SV, which was Malice. So we're going to also resume that as well, and then also be happy to share her story. So those are our wins and plans. And if you have any questions, we'll take them. If not, thank you, Daika.
Thank you, Vanessa. And finally, Muse, let's receive some product updates. Man, I told you to keep this concise, man. It's always writing the entire.
I had told me so many things. Hi guys, I'm Muse from the product team. First of all, our first win is A2SV Generative AI to Finance. That was a win for all the teams here at A2SV.
That year, especially.
Yeah, but it was a special win for us because especially for the product team, because one of our team members was had a booth in the hackathon, in the expo, introducing A2SV for all the curious minds that came along. So yeah, and other than that, started the internship students on the product journey through our learning path. We created a learning path just for them, and maybe for next week, some of the project students, project-based product teams might need some guidance. So like we prepared a learning path for them as well, and we continued making adjustments to the PRD. So like they are almost complete for the start of the project phase, which is going to be next week. Continued working on the SROI document. SROI is short for social return on investment, and we continued working on the SROI document, started turning investor and jury feedbacks into actionable items for the teams. So if you guys didn't know, on Tuesday we had an investor panel. In the morning we had an in-person investor panel.
On Monday.
On Monday? Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Yeah, got confused. Okay, so on Monday we had the investors panel. In the morning was in-person investors. On the afternoon
was remote investors panel. So all the teams, including the core dev teams and the hackathon teams, got feedback and actionable feedback from investors, and we're turning into those into actionable items. One of our team members, Zalalam, is working on that right now. So our plans for next week, welcoming the project phase, product and UX squad, UX teams into the market research. The first thing they would do is going to be market research. Yesterday we finalized figuring out who is going to continue as a product member and as a UX member in the project phase. Other than that, organizing and overseeing the project phase teams to conduct their own ground market research. So if some members are going to be added, they might need to take the learning path, but other than that, they're just going to right off the bat start market research and doing interviews, and we're going to oversee and organize that. We are also planning to utilize internship and project phase students to conduct interviews. Internship students, these are electrical students taking internship here at A2SV, and we have prepared 2 projects. They're going to be working on 2 projects, and we're planning on utilizing those students for the interviews and market research. Other than that, conducting interviews for the SROI document. So this document is going to need a lot of collaboration from all around A2SV because it's a big document and it concerns all of A2SV. So we might need some help with finance teams and education squad. So like we'll be reaching out, Zalalam, our team member, will be reaching out. So keep an eye on that. And finally, we're going to finish turning investor and jury feedbacks into actionable items. That was conducted on Monday. Sorry for that mistake. Yeah. And with our update. Does anyone have any question?
So I just want to give you a little background information for the SROI metric. So return on investment, this is a very common metric and terminology in the business world. Like let's say you put $1 in this channel, how much you are going to get back? Of course, you expect your return on investment ratio to be above 1. But if you, let's say, invest $1,000, you would want to get more than 1,000. So social return on investment is a metric that is defined for non-profit organizations, which is brought to our attention by a marketing partner we work with in Turkey. And like this metric tries to measure for every dollar that is donated to this organization, how much of a return we create as a social impact. And when we look at our organization, in a short amount of time, with the help of A2SV training, our students can go from local market levels to the top of the international market levels. And there is a huge gap when we look at these numbers. So A2SV SROI is expected to be pretty high. And this is a metric that donors are caring about. So if we can finish this analysis next week, if we can make promotions with our SROI next week for the Giving Tuesday, this is going to be huge. So Zelala and other people in the organization, please do collaborate because it can help us a lot. Thank you.
Right. Does anybody else have a question? If that's all, I just want to make a closing remark and congratulate everyone for our Google donation. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So finally, let's receive some conclusive remarks by Mr. Alper. Let's see if Mr. Alper has joined up.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Alper, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Hello, everyone. The first thing I would like to say is that I've already missed you all because my time there in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia was a great time. Together we managed a big breakthrough for A2SV, the African Generative AI Hackathon. And it was, for me at least, a great success. Why? Because we have put too much effort in creating such an organization, the expo, the competition between the hackathon teams, again, the competition between the core dev teams, the dinner, the award ceremony, the awards presented, everything without the ready to say was a great success. And only the social media team plus the organizers do understand when I say we really tried our best at the last minute to get something done. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate the social media team plus the organizer team for their keen efforts on this hackathon. One special thanks to Mr. Emre, my brother, who has enabled the whole idea from scratch 4 years ago. And thank you, Emre, for being our leader and for inspiring us in the moment where all the hope is lost. One other thing I would like to say is that I have heard of a rumor of a Google donation. And I guess you all know that we have secured a donation from Google recently, which is a great success as well. One final happy news that I would like to share with you is that today is the 26th birthday of my agency here in Turkey. So this makes today a very special day for me as well. Now on the screen you see two Japanese words, Kaizen. I guess you all know or heard about it. What does Kaizen mean? It means that you have to change for the good. What does that mean for A2SV? Today, we are finalizing a week where we have successfully completed the hackathon. So basically, we have a great success and we are really tired of working hard. But guys, believe me, this is just the beginning. Because when you start something and achieve something, it's always important to go over the achievement. Mr. Ali always said, you want to become a better self of yourselves. This is another saying that is very common to us. So basically, we are not over. We have created a great value. Now it's time to make it bigger, bigger, and bigger. So we have to start again working hard. Our glory is in the past now. So we should be looking into the future. Again, could you please go to the next slide? So basically, after the Kaizen, I'd like to empower my speech with two verses, one from the Holy Quran and the second from Holy Bible. In the Holy Quran, in Surah Al-Insirah, in verse 7, it says, the God says, so once you have fulfilled your duty, start the new one. And likewise, in the Holy Bible, in Proverbs 13:4, the God says, the lazy craves and gets nothing, but the desires of the hard worker are realized. So I guess I have nothing else to say. The words of Allah speaks for themselves. Let's start working again hard together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alper. That was very insightful. So, yes, do we have any questions regarding the quote? Mr. Alper, maybe you might receive some questions today.
Why not? Why not? Happy to.
Do we have any questions? If none, everything was okay. Oh, Mr. Alper, so not related to the quote, but what did you like about your visit in Ethiopia on the second round?
Yeah, it was my second time, and I almost enjoyed everything except the hardness of the trip, which is a custom by Emre as always. Abi, let's walk. Abi, let's do this. Abi, let's do like this. And when I was flying back on the plane, I was totally exhausted. So basically, apart from that, I'm just kidding. All my moments in Africa were great moments of my lives. And I really look eager to seeing you again in person, maybe for the next hackathon or maybe sooner. So basically, although we are way apart, our hearts are together. And feel free to reach out to me for any questions, comments, and requirements you may have on the subjects that I can advise you. I'll be happy to do it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Alper. And thanks everyone for attending the November 17th weekly wins. With that, I would like to conclude today's event. It was an event that we managed to hear a very, very, very great news. Personally, I'm very, very excited. And I'm pretty sure that's something that everyone is going through right now. And yes, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thank you.
Take care.